Welcome back Pokefans to part 7 of my Nuzlocke challenge for Pokémon Brilliant Diamond. Last episode we made our way through Route 209 as well as I think we ended our episode in Selacion Ruins. This episode will make our way to Veilstone City. Now we do have around 2 routes in between, which means we have a lot of Pokemons to actually catch. But before that, I do have one more thing left in Route 209. So let's actually make our way over there. Now I haven't really, leveled up my team members. I think they are quite fine. Also, I haven't really added the Bronzor that I caught into my team yet. But in Route 209, I actually forgot to get my encounter here the last time we went through it. So I do want to actually go ahead and check it out. Now the only Pokemon that is eligible for me to catch over here is actually the Mime Junior. The other Pokemons I already have caught before. But it seems like Mime Junior is just a 5% catch rate, so I do have to actually run around for a bit. So let me go ahead and cut to the part where I actually encounter it. Well, here is the Mime Junior that I was trying to find. This was quite long. I think this is the longest time I've actually run around for a Pokemon. It took me almost 15 minutes for me to actually encounter a Mime Junior. Let me hope that I don't accidentally kill it, because that would be just me wasting my time over here. But either way, I don't think I'll really use this Mime Junior, especially since again it might be a friendship evolution to Mr. Mime. And I'm not really interested in friendship evolution for this Nuzlocke challenge. So this will be just for the sake of, getting an encounter from this route. Alright. Seems like we are having it at a pretty good level. So let me actually try and catch it. Again, I haven't really bought any of these Pokeball items. It seems like we have been getting quite lucky and there have been a few of these Pokeballs just laying around. Alright, it seems like I do have to try and use a Pokeball again. Let's hope we'll actually catch it in this turn. And of course not. Okay. This Mr. Mime seems to be wanting to give me a bit of a trouble. This has happened before, and if you might remember, it was way back just before the first gym. It was with the Onyx and that was a pretty bad thing. So I'm hoping that doesn't repeat. Alright, so we have caught it. So thankfully this has been caught. At least I didn't lose my Meditite over here, so that is still good. Anyway, now that we have caught it, we can actually make our way to Route 210. Now, Route 210 is quite small. We just have around 4 to 5 trainers over here. But the encounter is exactly same as the Route 209. This means I might have to just try and catch a Pokemon from the Honey Tree, which is quite good. This also reminds me that I still haven't got an encounter way back in Floaroma town yet. So I do have to go back over there to get an encounter as well. Anyway, for now, I think the best thing we can do is just go ahead and, battle through all of these trainers. In the future, we still get a few more routes where we can actually go ahead and try the same. Where I might be able to get some new Pokemons from the Honey Tree as well. I'm actually hoping to find rare Pokemon. I guess like Munchlax or, Heracross would do really nice since I haven't really got it even in my actual playthrough. Anyway, here we have the first trainer and we have already defeated his first Pokemon. Seems like he has a Girafarig. Now you won't be able to catch one until you're in Route 214, I believe. So this is actually quite nice to see it over here. Anyway, it isn't really giving me that much of a trouble. I was a bit worried about its psychic type moves as Monferno is part fighting type. But we were able to actually defeat it, so that's quite good. Anyway, it seems like we have another water type Pokemon. I might have to actually switch out into Luxio. That is much safer. And as you can see, currently my team members are not completely set. I do have around 3 to 4 Pokemon that I'm gonna be using definitely. But there are a few of them that I haven't really decided on yet. So it might take me another 2 routes or 3 routes for me to actually decide it. I mean, I do not want to decide at the end of the game and then struggle with just, training them up. Anyway, I'm really happy with the 4 team members that I've already selected. They are really good. The typing is good as well. And I think they will last pretty long. Anyway, let's quickly go ahead and climb up over here. And we have a double battle. It's quite nice to see them. Now, I believe there are 2 more breeder trainers in this route as well as, I think, ranchers. And they will actually have around the same Pokemons that we can actually find in this route, so it shouldn't be too difficult. But it seems like this pair has a Clefairy. It's quite nice to see one. I think this is the first time we're actually recording its data for our Pokédex, as we have seen Cleffa before. Anyway, Clefairy is another Pokemon that I've really never used. I am not sure why, but if I did get a chance, I would have definitely used it in this playthrough as well. Unfortunately, we didn't really get a chance to actually catch Cleffa, so that's it, I guess. Anyway, here I did do a mistake of keeping my Meditite up in front, so I did have to actually switch it out. And I think I should be pretty good with the Shellos up in front, but I did decide to actually switch it out as well, just in case Pikachu uses a electric type move on it. I really don't want to lose my Shellos as it's quite close to actually evolve. And once it evolves, I think Gastrodon is gonna be an amazing Pokemon to my team. I mean, it's gonna be helping us a lot. Anyway, for now I think I will still continue using Switch training, at least until all of my team members are around the same level. We do have a lot of trainers in this game, so I think having Switch training doesn't really affect it too much. Also, as you can see, no matter how many times I switch train, it seems like we are still at the right level for the gym leaders as well. So we are quite good. Anyway, I think I have to actually focus on taking down one Pokemon at a time. I feel like that's the biggest issue with a double battle. And I feel like the strategy of taking down one Pokemon at a time does help me a lot. And I did decide to actually take down Pikachu over here, which is quite good. As you can see, we were able to easily take it down. Anyway, I guess the next turn is to take down this Clefairy at once. Let's hope this doesn't take too much time, as we unfortunately don't have a poison type move to take it down. Again, this actually brings up the fact that I do need to have a poison type Pokemon in my team. That will actually help me a lot in upcoming battles as well as the Elite Four as well. So I'm actually hoping to catch a Stunky. I believe we can find it around Route 213 or 214. So let's hope we can actually encounter it over there. Anyway, until then, it's just gonna be Luxio and Staravia trying to take down the Clefairy. I believe Lucas has a Clefairy as well, which means if we are to go against him, it will be really tough if we don't have a poison type Pokemon. Anyway, we have defeated these 2 trainers over here. Alright. Now I do find that using a bike while going through this grass area, it actually helps me a lot. As you know, in this game we can't go through the grass using a bike. That's actually a weird feature that they have in this game, but it also helps us to avoid any encounters. Alright, here we have a Pokemon breeder who has a Pichu. Quite nice. As usual, if you do find a Pokemon breeder, you can actually go ahead and skip them as well. They usually have just baby Pokemons, and it doesn't really give you that many EXP. I guess the main reason why I'm actually battling these guys is for completing my Pokédex. I think that's the only thing that's there. Anyway, seems like our attack is lowered. Yup. That's alright. I think I can still take down this Pikachu with one hit. It is after all in level 18. Anyway, let's see which Pokemon he brings out next. I mean, it's quite interesting. And he has a Happiny. Alright, so this is actually the Pokemon that actually hatches from our egg. So, I guess it's quite nice to see it over here. We do have a chance of catching a Chansey in this route. But I won't be doing that since I do have that egg, and if it does hatch, then it is a part of my team and I really can't catch its evolution line as well. Anyway, that actually lets me to have no Pokemon in this route. Actually, I'm not really sure why they did this, but it seems like the encounters for both Route 209 and 210 are exactly the same, which actually leads me to believe that they might have initially decided this to be Route 209 extension and not a separate route as Route 210. Anyway, I guess that gives me a chance to get a Pokemon from the Honey Tree, which I keep forgetting. I mean, I have tried slathering honey way back in Floroma town, but unfortunately I was not able to come back into the game after 6 hours to encounter my team member. So that's the reason why it's still remaining over there. I guess I do have to take a time on a weekend and try that once more. I really want to, get a encounter from these honey trees as well. And here we have a bunch of ranches with a Glameow as well as a Stunky. It was pretty bad that I kept my Meditite up in front, even though I knew there was a Stunky who does get dark type moves. Anyway, it seems like almost all of my team members are around the same level, so I'm actually hoping that I can actually survive a move from the Stunky. Alright, here it comes, and okay, that was not bad. I did not expect it to be that less, I guess. But at least we were able to take down the Stunky pretty easily, so that is done. There is only one more trainer in this route who can actually battle us. But before going there, there is one more item that I do want to pick up. So let me actually climb up the stairs as well. Alright, initially I thought this guy was a trainer, but apparently he is not either. And neither is the trainer that is actually standing at the edge over here in the cliff. Alright, it seems like he has given us the TM for rest. That's quite cool. I did decide to actually, try and slather some honey on this tree, as I won't be really getting any Pokemons from this route. But before that, let me actually battle this final trainer right here. We do have a shop right in front of us, and I do want to go in there. There are 3 trainers over there as well, even though it's a very small shop. But we are going to be getting a lot of EXP. There are a few collector trainers over there, and they're going to be having some pretty good Pokemon. Anyway, this trainer has a Cleffa. Alright, it's quite nice to see another one over here. And I guess we can still, try and take it down with Meditite, but I guess we can actually take one more hit before we go down. Thankfully, we were able to hit the Pokemon, so that is quite good. Alright, let's see which Pokemon she has next. I believe she will have either a Pichu or... oh, seems like she has a Clefairy herself. That's actually quite nice to see. I think this is the first time I'm seeing a breeder trainer having something other than a baby Pokemon. But anyway, it does prove that they can actually have another tougher Pokemon in the team as well. Alright, I think if we give them a Moonstone, then she'll definitely have a Clefable. And I believe Clefable is quite a good Pokemon, being part, I think, normal and fairy. It's quite good. but I personally never have got the used one in my team. Now you might see that I'm using my Shellos. This is mainly because I wanted to actually level up a bit more. As you can see, Shellos is a level 28 and is just 2 more levels for it to actually evolve. I believe we can evolve it within this episode, considering that we have Route to 11 to go through as well. And I think we'll have a new encounter in Route to 11. Although I'm not really sure if I'm really interested in that, considering the Pokemon that we get is really not that good. And it seems like she has a Happiny as well. Alright. Now that we have defeated her, let's quickly go ahead and go into the shop that's present. We do get to buy a lot of Moo milk, and that's actually quite good. It's less pricey and you do get around 100 HP that you can actually heal. Now I did decide to buy a lot of Moo milk just to make sure I do not have to buy super potions anywhere else. But here are the 2 trainers that I do want to battle. The first one is right here. I was actually hoping that he would have Sudowoodo, but I guess that's the other trainer. This one will have 3 Mr. Mimes. If you do not want to really evolve your Mime Junior and still want to record the data of Mr. Mime, then battling this trainer will actually help you a lot. The same goes for the other trainer, where he does have a Sudowoodo, which means if you are playing Brilliant Diamond and you don't have a choice of getting a Bonzi and raising it up, I think this is the easiest way to actually record its data in your Pokédex. Anyway, I did switch out to my Staravia, but I'm not really sure if we can actually take it down. Alright, there I did misclick to tackle. I did need to actually click to air release. But either way, we were able to defeat the first Mime Junior, so that was quite nice. Alright, here is the second one and it's at level 20. It is still under-leveled and I still feel that the team could have actually kept these Mr. Mimes around level 25. As you can see, my Pokemons are around level 30 already. Anyway, let's actually try and defeat this Mime Junior. Seems like it does, try and swap out our skills. That is really not good, especially since my Staravia has Intimidate as its ability. I mean, that's like, reversing the whole thing and lowering my attack instead of its. Thankfully, we were able to defeat this Mr. Mime as well. I'm actually hoping that we can actually defeat the third one as well with Staravia itself. But I might have to try and use, air relays instead of tackle. Not really sure why I'm using tackle over here, but I guess it was more for PvP. I didn't want to really go back to Selacion Tom to just heal up my Pokemons again. Anyway, we did get the Quick Claw activated over there. That's actually quite nice to see. And I believe we need only one more turn to actually take down this Mr. Mime. So let's see if we can actually do it. Also, regarding the background of this game, I mean, just this background right here inside the store looks quite nice. I really like the part that the whole wallpaper is actually matching the tiles, so that's quite cool. Thankfully, we were able to defeat all 3 Mr. Mimes, so that is quite nice. Alright, let me actually hope that we can, battle and defeat the other trainer just as easily. Anyway, here are my team members. I think they're quite fine and I don't really have to heal them up. So let me actually go ahead and challenge the next trainer, who definitely is gonna have a Sudowoodo. So this is actually quite a nice placement of these trainers. This is just around the routes where you have their pre-evolutions actually introduced. So it's quite nice to see their full evolution. Alright, I do have Meritite up in front, who should be easily able to take down these Pokemons. But unfortunately, it seems like it did survive with a sliver of health. I'm not really sure if it's just because of Meritite's attack stat or is because of the level which it is in. Anyway, here is the second Sudowoodo, and let's hope we can actually take down this one in one hit. I'll go ahead and use Force Palm, and no, I guess we should be a level higher than this just to take it down. But I might have to actually switch out for the next one. As you can see, my Meritite did take a lot of damage from that flail. And sadly, it is not a level higher. So I guess I'm switching out to Shellos. Alright, Shellos should be able to easily take it down with a Water Pulse. As Sudowoodo is just a rock type Pokemon. I mean, they could have done it as a grass and rock type. That wouldn't have hurt it too bad. The typing would have actually helped it a lot if they did. But I guess they just decided to make it a rock type. Anyway, my Shellos is almost at level 29. And it seems like Meritite was trying to learn high jump kick. It's a very risky move and I do not want to take a chance with it over here with the Nuzlocke challenge. So I did decide to not use that move. Well, we have one more trainer left to battle and it's the Waitress over here. She is gonna have a Clefairy of her own, which is quite nice. Again, a lot of Clefairies in these last few routes. It's quite nice to see it. But I believe that having Meritite up in front is really not gonna help us. Especially since this Clefairy does actually take down this Meritite pretty easily. Alright, I did decide to switch out to Shellos. I might have to again switch it out just in case if Shellos does go down. But let's hope we can actually take down this Clefairy before it takes us down. Alright, the Water Pulse did a lot of damage and it confused the opponent, so that is really good. This is the first time I'm actually seeing my Water Pulse actually confusing the opponent. That's quite nice to see. And the Clefairy of course hit itself, so that is good as well. Thankfully this turn we were able to take it down because it did hit itself in the last turn. So that was a pretty good battle. I really liked it. And of course she has only one Pokemon, even though she is definitely holding two Pokeballs in her hand. Not sure what that is, but okay. Anyway, we are back in Route 210. So let's make our way forward. And it seems like this route is actually called Route 215. I did not realize that. I really thought this was Route 211. Anyway, it's nice to see that, and I guess that means the other routes will be 216 and 217 after this. Not really sure, but anyway, we have our first trainer over here and he has a Bronzor, so that's actually quite nice to see it over here. And as you can see in Route 215, it always rains. So if you do have a water type Pokemon in your team, I would recommend you guys actually use it over here, just because its moves are actually powered up by this rain. Anyway, I did decide to actually level up my Meritite a bit more. As you can see, it's not really at the level where it can actually evolve. So I might have to just keep it a bit higher than the other team members, because Meritite really doesn't have that good of a defense. Anyway, here I did decide to actually switch out to Shellos, and this is the first time we're actually seeing a Sheldon. Sheldon, I guess that's how it's called, but it is so cute. Now the only way to get this Pokemon is in the underground, and you do have to get its fossil in order to revive it. And you can actually revive it way back in Auburg City, where you do remember there was a Auburg Museum. But unfortunately, since I'm not really getting an encounter over in the underground, I won't be able to get this Pokemon. So it is actually quite sad. Now, over here you can see I did slather the honey. Unfortunately, I actually forgot about it, so I really didn't get a encounter over here. We do have an encounter of both Abra and Kadabra in this route. If you want, you can actually go ahead and catch them. But for me, I think I already have a lot of Psychic type Pokemons, and I would rather have encounters from the Honey Tree instead of having Abra as my encounter. And I believe we have already encountered an Abra before, way back in Route 204 or 203. I'm not really sure if we did encounter it over here, over there. But either way, I think having a Honey Tree encounter is much better. So again, I do have to take a time of the day and just try to get all of these encounters. For now, I think that will be 3 encounters for me that are remaining in Honey Tree. And let's hope we'll get some really good Pokemons from them. Anyway, seems like there are a few of these Black Belt trainers over here in this route. So I think my Staravia will do a lot more work over here. Alright, that switch out was pretty bad. I think it's almost time that I stop keeping Meltite up in front. As you can see, it is giving me quite a bit of trouble. And if you do hear some noise in the background, I do apologize for that. Again, until now there was no rain outside, but it seems like it's gonna rain really heavily for now. So for a few more minutes, you might be able to hear, the pitter-patter of the rain from the background, and I really apologize for that. Anyway, thankfully this trainer did have a Machop, so we are good. Alright, we have defeated his Pokemons. I believe those were the only 2 he had. Never mind, he had another Meltite. Okay. Pretty easy to take it down since we do have our Staravia up in front. As you can see, I'm still using Wing Attack. I don't think I need to really use Aerial Ace unless it's somewhat of an accuracy issue for my Pokemons. So we have defeated this trainer as well. Alright. I do want to go around and pick up all the items in this route. Here is a Fist Plate. This is actually really good item, and I think I'll actually go ahead and equip it as well. I think for now I will equip it to my Monferno, who is a fighting type. And we do have a Mind Plate as well, so if I do decide to use another of the Psychic type Pokemons, I can actually equip it with the Mind Plate. Other than that, here is another trainer, again a Black Belt. And it seems like I forgot to switch out Meditite again. But this time I think that is for the good, since Krogon can still be taken down by my Meditite. And it's quite nice to see a Krogon over here, as I believe we can't actually encounter it until the marshy area. And that should be in Pastoria City, if I believe. So it's quite far away, and it's quite nice to see one over here. I think if I do catch a poison type Pokemon like Krogan, that will actually help me a lot as well. Even though again it's gonna be a part fighting type. Other than that, we have defeated this trainer as well. Route 215 is a bit long, unlike Route 210. We have a bit more items to actually collect. A few of these berries and a few of the Pokeball items. So let me actually, pick up these berries just in case they can actually help me in any of my gym battles. I haven't really used any berries till now, but I believe that it will actually help me later on in the Elite Four. Anyway, until then, let me actually look around. I think there is one more hidden item over here, which is a Hyper Potion. So that is really good. I'm glad we got a really good item over here. And here we have our other trainer. Alright, it seems like this is another Black Belt trainer. Again, quite a lot of them in this route, so it's quite surprising to see them over here. And this one actually has a Krogunk, so that's nice. I think we can actually take it down with my Meritite. So let's try that one over here. Alright, I have Psybeam, but I'm actually hoping to learn a better move. Now in Veilstone City, we do have a lot of TMs that we can buy. So I think I might actually buy a Psychic TM over there just to teach her to my Meritite. After all, the upcoming battle or the upcoming gym is actually a fighting type gym. So Meritite is gonna be helping us a lot over there. Anyway, seems like he has a Meritite of his own, so I did have to actually switch out to Staravia. And I believe Staravia will be easily able to take it down with a release. Yep, alright. Let's see what the third Pokemon is gonna be. And seems like Staravia is actually at level 30. And I believe that Staravia is gonna be helping me a lot in the next gym. Especially again, since it's a fighting type gym, Staravia will have a lot of plus point over there. Alright, it seems like it was a Machop and we were easily able to take it down. That's quite good. Alright, we have defeated this trainer as well. I believe there is one more pair of trainers that is left and they have some really good Pokemons. And Thunder is evolving. Alright, I did not realize that Luxio was evolving at level 30. But it is, and finally we are going to be getting a Luxray. That is amazing, especially since it's a shiny. And the golden accent is actually quite good on this black color on its body, so that looks amazing. Alright, that is pretty cool. Let's move on. I think we have 2 more items, a few berries and 1 Pokeball. As you can see, I did decide to use a Repel just in case if I have to go through the grass. I really don't want to encounter the Abra, so I did have to actually go through this. Anyway, seems like this NPC is not actually a trainer, so that's cool. And here is another item. It's gonna be a full heal. Always really good to pick up these items as they are quite good at this game. And here are the 2 trainers that I was really talking about. These trainers have some really good Pokemon and they can be quite tough if you're not really ready for them. As you can see, they have a pair of Manferno and Glameow. So let me actually take up my strategy and try to, focus on one Pokemon at a time. Alright, Water Pulse should be able to take down the Manferno. And of course, I did not realize that Glameow could have a flying type move. But thankfully it didn't really do too much damage and we were able to take down the Manferno, so that is pretty good. Alright, so Meritite is at level 29. Now Shellos is at level 29 as well, and I'm actually hoping it will come to level 30 in this battle. Which it might, and it might evolve as well. Anyway, seems like they have a Gyarados and a Kadabra. So this is the pair I was talking about. They have really good Pokemons, which means we have to be a lot careful. Now I did decide to switch in my Luxio as it's much easier to take down the Gyarados with it. And I believe having Shellos is fine for now. But if it comes to a low health, I will go ahead and switch it out as well. Anyway, as long as that Gyarados doesn't use waterfalls, we are good. Alright, seems like... Okay, Kadabra is actually using Psybeam on my Luxio. That is not good. Thankfully, Gyarados used Leers. That was really lucky. I'm really happy it didn't use waterfalls, or else my Luxio might have gone down over there. I did decide to use water pulse on Kadabra, but unfortunately it didn't go down. My first target would definitely be the Gyarados. I really wanted gone from there. So let's hope we can actually take it down. And we do. Alright. The Gyarados is down. That means we get a lot of EXP from that. And let's see. Okay. It did hit Luxray, but we were able to take down the Kadabra as well. So that is really good. As you can see, my Shellos is finally at level 30. So we are gonna be having a Gastrodon very soon. This has been really exciting, especially since this is the last trainer battle we have before the third gym. So I'm really happy to see my Shellos actually evolving. I have been waiting for so long, ever since I caught it just outside Floroma town. So I'm really happy to finally have a water and ground type Pokemon. Alright. Anyway, now that we have a Gastrodon, I am really happy about this and we are so ready for the third gym. I think we can actually easily take down the third gym leader as well, especially with our Meritite and Staraptor. Now I remember that the third gym leader did have a Lucario, so I might have to use my Monferno as well. But since Veilstone City does give us a lot of new TMs, I might actually go ahead and buy them as well. So this is actually really exciting and I'm really happy to finally come to Veilstone City and finally getting a chance to actually go ahead and challenge our next gym. I believe it has been quite some time, especially the last gym we had was way back in Eterna City. And we have gone through so many routes, so many cities and towns in between. So I have been craving for a gym battle and I'm really happy that we are going to be getting one very soon. But before we go to the gym battle, I do want to go throughout Veilstone City, pick up all of the items that we get. I know there are a few of these really good items that we just get in this city. So I do want to actually go ahead and pick them all out. Especially the Veilstone City store. As you can see, there is a large general store over here. And we are going to be getting a lot of items over there. So that is really good. Let's quickly make my way inside. Now, right at the entrance over here, we do have an NPC who does give us some stickers. And it's actually Flora stickers, which is quite nice. I feel like this game gives us a lot of Flora stickers and the other ones we don't really see that much. So that's actually really bad. Sadly, I don't really have any grass type Pokemon to use, so it's quite useless for me. Anyway, here is what I came for. This is where you can actually buy all the TMs, important ones like Thunderbolt, Ice Beam, Flamethrower, Psychic, etc. So I would definitely recommend you guys to come and visit the store over here just to have all of these TMs. Other than that, let me actually go out of here and I'll actually show you guys a few other items that we can actually pick up around Veilstone City. And I guess I'll go ahead and end out this episode after that. I think we can actually get into the gym in the next episode. So for now, let me actually buy all of these TMs and visit the other floors as well. Well, now that we are out, I did go ahead and teach all of my Pokemon some really good moves. So the moveset of my team members are actually different right now. And I'm actually trying to find a few items around here. The first one is going to be right over here. This NPC is actually going to give us Metronome, which is going to help us a lot if we have a move that will actually hit more than 2 times. Anyway, other than that, I believe there is one more item above over there. I'm not really sure how I actually missed it, but I guess there is one item that I do have to find around here. So let me actually look around and yep, it's right here. It's actually a silk scarf. This is quite useful. It will actually boost up your normal type attacks, so that's quite nice. And we have a clothing store here in Veilstone City as well. I think I'm actually interested in, using the clothing store as well. So I might go ahead and switch up the clothings of my NPC. Other than that, here are the two other NPCs that are gonna give us some really good items. All we have to do is talk to the boy and then the girl. Talk to the Stunky after this. So it will actually give us the zoom lens. And now go back and talk to the girl NPC back again, who will actually give us the wide lens. So these are the two items that we'll get. Again, really good items and they are quite helpful. So you can actually equip it to your team members as well. And the first house over here, we have a lady who will actually give us a massage. Again, it's not for us, it's actually for our Pokemon. This will actually help you in increasing the friendship level in case if you have a baby Pokemon which you want to evolve. Alright, I believe that's all the items in this town. I think there is one more item, it's a TM that we get. Again, I'm not really sure which NPC it is. It might be the one right over here. And yep, it is. Alright, so we have gone ahead and explored Veilstone City in this episode. In the next episode, we'll go ahead and challenge the gym. I'm really excited for that. And here is Lucas, who's gonna be just waiting for us until we get the third gym badge. So nothing for us to do for now. And if you guys are still watching my video, thank you so much for watching. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you guys in the next one.